Welcome back to Universe Mode. We are live in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Lawlor Events Center in Reno. Welcome to SmackDown. Welcome to the goddamn show. We are just over a week away from the Elimination Chamber, and the road to WrestleMania will heat up following that. If it hasn't already, make sure you like, subscribe as we get into the show. This arena is sold out for SmackDown. We're going to kick things off without further ado. And making his way to the ring is the year-long United States champion. LA Knight held the United States Championship, was the inaugural United States champion and the only United States champion in this Universe Mode. Is back in the building. Of course, if you didn't catch SmackDown last week, you'll note that Penta took on Ethan Page in a No.1 Contenders contest, with Penta coming out on top. LA Knight will be the next obstacle for Penta. But of course, these two already met previously, with LA Knight coming up the victor. What will the result be the next time these two meet, and will we get some more information when they do? Well, I guess we're not going to wait around much longer for answers. As Penta makes his way to the ring, will all be revealed. The United States Championship will have to be defended against Penta, and Penta's going to maybe tell us when or how. Mexico City it is. LA Knight accepting the challenge for Rey Mysterio's last match at Saturday night's main event in Mexico City. The home turf is with Penta, but can he dethrone the year-long reigning LA Knight? So to look ahead at tonight, Lyra, Valkria, Lash legend, the Irresistible Forces, the current Women's Tag Team Champions, the only Women's Tag Champions. Can Lyra pick up a victory? And if she does, her and Bayley will go head-to-head with the Irresistible Force. And last week, Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory ended in a brawl, with Rey Mysterio coming out on top. They will go head-to-head tonight in Las Vegas. Rey is on the final stretch of his career. Can he silence Austin Theory? And tonight, the Tribal Chief. He came second in the Royal Rumble. He's now signed to SmackDown. What does the Tribal Chief's road to WrestleMania look like? Well, all that and more coming up very shortly, as we're not messing around on SmackDown tonight. With the Elimination Chamber just over a week away, there is still 3 slots to fill, and we're going to kick things off in Las Vegas with a triple threat match that will determine the 4th contestant. We already know that from the SmackDown side of things, Randall Keith Orton has pushed his ticket to Elimination Chamber alongside Raw's Gunther and Braun Breaker. Drew McIntyre will no doubt be wanting to join them. A lot of storied history with Randy Orton here on SmackDown from Drew, and I imagine that'll only unfold further should Drew get to the chamber. And of course, with aspirations of punching your ticket to the grandest stage of them all, the stakes could not be higher. But one key factor about this match, one thing that nobody has mentioned or talked about enough, is we know that Drew, we know that Shinsuke are in this triple threat match, but there is a mystery third competitor who could be anyone. Of course, the Scottish Warrior wants that WWE Championship, and to do so, he's got to go through the two men he will face tonight, and it will not be an easy task, even given who we know is in the match. Shinsuke Nakamura, an incredible athlete in his own right, the king of strong style. Of course, Shinsuke would love one last punt at the gold. This crowd here in Reno. Thank you for hosting us, by the way. It's always a pleasure to come to Las Vegas. The city that never sleeps. I'm sure as hell that Drew McIntyre will sleep better tonight should he walk away with an opportunity to compete inside Satan's structure, the Elimination Chamber. But I'm not going to sell you. I've done a great job on selling Drew McIntyre. Let's look ahead at this man. Of course, we haven't seen Shinsuke Nakamura since WWE 2k25. It's good to see Shinsuke back on the blue brand. And he's adopted a slightly darker persona since returning to SmackDown, maybe trying to channel in his inner strong style and make his way back to the top. He's made it very apparent that he wants one last gold, one last big moment, one last run as the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion, whatever it may be. Nakamura knows that he's in the twilight of his career, but has signed a deal with SmackDown, a multi-year deal, and this will be his last contract. So hopefully Shinsuke Nakamura can get that goal achieved and become the world champion again. Well, for the first time, actually, not again, but world champion in WWE for the first time. Of course, it can all be made a hell of a lot easier if he can win this triple threat opening contest here tonight. But there is an unknown entity, and I'm not talking about Shinsuke's darker persona in this match. Who the hell will join these two men to compete for an opportunity inside the Elimination Chamber? Well, whoever it may be has got a difficult task. Two of the best that WWE has to offer stand across the ring from them in triple threat action. Of course, no disqualification, no countouts. Every Elimination Chamber qualifier in this company is under no disqualification rules in the year of 2026. A new structure that we're running here on the blue and red brand. And of course, make sure you check out Monday Night Raw. That will be coming to you shortly in a couple of days after this episode of SmackDown. The Elimination Chamber qualifiers do continue, and we'll have a better picture of what the road to WrestleMania will look like in its entirety. So we await the mystery man. Who is it? Oh boy! Is that who I think it is? That's Bryan Danielson. We talk about WrestleMania. We talk about the grandest stage of them all. This man has beat Randy Orton and Batista in the main event of WrestleMania. And it looks like Bryan is poised for SmackDown. Drew McIntyre's face tells the 1,000 stories that we're all thinking. This triple threat match just got a whole lot more unpredictable. Many consider him the greatest wrestler of his generation. I am one of them people. Bryan Danielson on SmackDown. And the crowd are behind Drew McIntyre. We're going to get underway here straight away. No messing around. And I cannot believe, folks, that here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we've witnessed the return of Bryan Danielson, who's going to waste no time with that Poison Rana. Well, I still have to come down and do my job as commentator, but I cannot believe that we're witnessing Daniel Bryan, formerly known as Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, in a WWE ring again. And Drew McIntyre's face told 1,000 stories, as I mentioned. He thought he was going to have an easy ride. He thought somebody else would come out, maybe a Kit Wilson, maybe a Matt Cardona. No, you got the American Dragon. And this man is no stranger to the grandest stage of them all, the biggest moments in WWE. And it's great to see him back on SmackDown. And Las Vegas, you've been treated tonight, witnessing the re-debut, the return of Bryan Danielson. And he looks sharp as ever in this ring, goes for a fisherman's suplex, rolled up by Shinsuke Nakamura. And the Elimination Chamber could look a whole lot different should Bryan Danielson, should Bryan Danielson qualify for the Chamber tonight, go all the way through the Chamber, and go all the way to WrestleMania and that World Championship opportunity. Nice snap suplex there from Shinsuke, putting down the American Dragon, as we take our attention back to Drew McIntyre, who's trying to control this match. And you have to wonder where his head's at. He's going to have to be dialed in, because his fierce rival Randy Orton qualified for the Elimination Chamber last week on SmackDown, and there's no smoke without fire, and Drew won't be wanting Randy to have things that he doesn't, and he's going to bring a kendo stick, but Bryan Danielson well aware of that. One thing, the ring IQ of Bryan Danielson is something that cannot be measured. It is incredibly intricate, incredibly delicate, and the crowd chant yes as Bryan unloads with some yes kicks. Shinsuke might eat one more for his troubles, and that's a huge kick, and Drew McIntyre has just put a silence of the crowd booing. Drew McIntyre not appreciating the return of this gentleman. Here we go to the outside. Is Danielson sent? Nakamura brought back to his feet. Drew McIntyre might be looking for something. He's looking to take it to the outside. And nothing good ever happens outside the ring. Bryan Danielson gets back in the ring. And Bryan Danielson's going to equip the kendo stick now, encouraging them to come in the ring. And Nakamura just goading Drew McIntyre outside the ring. Maybe not the smartest idea, Shin. A big scoop slam from McIntyre on that outside is not good for the lower back of Shinsuke Nakamura. A sledgehammer in hand, shades of the game, Triple H. And Bryan with the kendo stick over the head of Drew McIntyre. He's going to see a submission here. Drew McIntyre being choked with the kendo stick, needs to get out of this, because this could end nastily, and does. A kick to the gut there, Bryan Danielson. What an incredible return. What an incredible ovation for the American Dragon. Welcome back. And I've got in my headset some news that Bryan Danielson, this is not a one and done. He is signed to SmackDown, so I'm very excited to see where the American Dragon goes on SmackDown. Will it be the World Championship? And a future shock DDT from Drew McIntyre there takes the American Dragon down to the canvas on the outside. Now Nakamura and Drew McIntyre going to brawl outside the ring. A reverse DDT from Nakamura, taking down Drew. And a big clothesline from Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson. I don't know what do you guys want to call him in the comments? Let me know. Easy. We will decide on a name. And now Bryan Danielson going to reverse Drew McIntyre. It's a little bit of a mishap there, miscommunication, connection, as both men went to the floor, and a neckbreaker from Drew is the deciding factor. Shinsuke Nakamura with a huge knee to the gut of Drew McIntyre. We've still got much more action to come here in Las Vegas, Nevada, including later on the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, who last week, alongside the never-seen 17 John Cena, left our former world heavyweight champion Bren, Mr. Amazing, laid bloody in the middle of this ring. And of course them two will go head to head at the Elimination Chamber in a 3 stages of hell match for the WWE Championship, Cody's WWE Championship, which he's agreed to put on the line. Cody never more sure that now is the time to finally get that one back. And of course Cody will be in action here against Myles Borne tonight, an up-and-coming talent who had a very competitive contest a couple of weeks back on SmackDown. And of course Cody Rhodes, the WWE Champion, in action against Myles Borne. And a Claymore kick to Shinsuke Nakamura, might have took his head off. Referee Rod's pat down for the count. 2 count and a kick out by Shinsuke. And that could have been lights out there, and Bryan Danielson going to follow up on that. And as I was saying, Cody Rhodes and Myles Borne still to come. Alongside that, our WWE Women's Champion Io Sky is in the building. as well as Jade Cargill. We're going to probably learn some advancements or the future, or the fate, of what's going to happen with that WWE Women's Championship opportunity. We know Blake Monroe won the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble. She's stated that she will pick who she faces following the Elimination Chamber. If you don't know, Raw don't have a Women's World Champion, and that will be decided inside the Elimination Chamber over on the Raw side. Blake will scout a competition, and just four weeks away from WrestleMania will decide which is the route she will want to go down. But the immediate future of the WWE Women's Championship needs to be rectified. Jade Cargill losing the WWE Championship in somewhat controversial fashion against Io Sky. The use of mist was in place. We're going to have to get a resolution to that situation very soon, definitely before WrestleMania. It's Bryan Danielson, as we go back to the action. Bryan Danielson locking in the wrench, and that's going to be reversed by Shinsuke Nakamura. And Drew McIntyre's there straight away to put the kick in on Shinsuke Nakamura. The Elimination Chamber, the final Elimination Chamber for SmackDown, is next week. Roman Reigns in action against Aleister Black and the former #1 contender Ilya Dragunov in a triple threat match next week. This will be the Tribal Chief's first match on SmackDown. Can he pick up the victory, Roman Reigns, and book his ticket? We're looking ahead, and what it looks like so far is that we could be heading, if all goes to plan, for the most star-studded Elimination Chamber in the history of all of World Wrestling Entertainment. And a nice clothesline for Bryan Danielson. And I'm sure if he gets added to the equation, that would be even more star-studded. Bryan Danielson happy to be back with WWE. It's been no secret, there's been no rumours. He's just showed up here tonight in Reno. Drew McIntyre will want to spoil the homecoming party by winning this Elimination Chamber qualifier here, and he's doing a great job of pacing this match. But Bryan Danielson, the ring IQ we mentioned earlier, it's something, probably his biggest compliment, Bryan Danielson, is the way that he manages matches. And a drop kick to the outside. Bryan Danielson with a yes kick, reversed by with a running knee that was missed by Bryan Danielson. Shinsuke Nakamura clever to counter. And now Bryan Danielson, we've seen him do this many times, the double drop kick in the corner, and he throws his whole body weight at that, and oh my god, sledgehammer in hand from Drew. Daniel Bryan needs to be careful. Oh, we're going to see the yes kicks again to Shinsuke, and you have to wonder how many more yes kicks can Shinsuke eat tonight on SmackDown. That last one, and Drew is there to mop up any residue. Sledgehammer to Nakamura, sledgehammer to Bryan, and it's not looking good for the two men who are the outsiders in this contest, in my opinion. Drew McIntyre, a very dominant force, and a kick out too from Daniel Bryan. I'm going to call him Daniel Bryan, I think. The Irish whip into the ropes, went for a claymore there, Drew. Shinsuke Nakamura with a reversal, and the mouth-watering prospect of a singles match between any of these two in the future for the losers would be a real big thing. We'll have to see what SmackDown General Manager, who will be on SmackDown next week, has in store for us, so I can't wait for us to see Teddy Long. I'm glad you guys voted him for the SmackDown GM. He's doing an incredible job and making SmackDown the #1 show on all of the YouTube. And of course on the Raw side, William Regal will be there next week. We saw Wade Barrett on Ring of Honor, who is the general manager there. And now we're seeing Daniel Bryan go kendo stick swinging. And Kinshasa attempted there, a running knee from Bryan. And this is tremendous to watch. A double counter there from Shinsuke and Daniel Bryan. Neither man managing to get their signature move quite complete. And it was just clever ring IQ. But Drew McIntyre doesn't deal in IQ, he deals in brutality. And we're not talking about Rhea Ripley. And a running clothesline there from Daniel Bryan does take down the Scottish Warrior, and a dropkick missed on Shinsuke Nakamura. And you might be wondering where the hell is Rhea Ripley following the Royal Rumble and her attempt to nearly win it. She'll be on SmackDown next week also. So a lot to look forward to and a lot to enjoy as we approach the Elimination Chamber. Of course, following the Elimination Chamber, Saturday night's main event live from Mexico City. You're not going to want to miss that. Rey Mysterio's final match. There's much of action to unfold on there. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen there. And Bryan with a attempted clothesline does miss it. Sorry folks, we've just got back from the commercial break. Drew McIntyre's been swinging away and a running knee from Daniel Bryan, but the referee is down. As we went to commercial break, folks, the referee was taken out by accident in the collision between Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke Nakamura. An Irish whip did catch referee Rod Zapata. That's the reason he's down. And Bryan Danielson might have had that match won there with the running knee. Now Drew McIntyre with a pinfall. Could be about to pin the American Dragon. The referee is stunned. And maybe if he wasn't, it could have been a 3 count. Blood is absolutely everywhere in this ring. And I'm sorry it cut to commercial during the... Oh, no. It could be over for Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan reversed, thank goodness. And a running knee reversed. And what a match, folks, by the way. What an Elimination Chamber qualifier. You're not going to find action like this in any other company. And a baseball bat from Nakamura might be the call. It might be the smartest thing he's done all night. He's took down the Scottish Warrior, who is definitely the most imposing figure. What the hell is Shinsuke thinking? And Bryan Danielson not quick enough to take Shinsuke out. And now he's going to get in the ring. And Nakamura catches him, napping. And a German suplex to the American Dragon. Pinfall attempt here on Bryan. Not going to get it just yet. Oh, no. No, Nakamura was taunting. Bryan's out and Drew with a roll-up. And Bryan can't get up in time. And McIntyre is going to the chamber. That was insanely intelligent from the Scottish Warrior. And as you see, Drew McIntyre joins Gunther, Randy Orton and Bron Breakker inside the Elimination Chamber. But we got Bryan Danielson back. And we're going to look ahead to the Elimination Chamber.
A lifelong dream, finally within reach. But tonight...
The Elimination Chamber, the final stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Locked inside.
By far the harshest of detours.
Dreams can disappear. There is no escape. The anticipation grabs hold. Because beyond these doors, elimination awaits.
Well, here we go! Wild action here tonight. High stakes, high pressure. Ruthless, relentless, absolutely awesome.
There's bodies flying everywhere.
It is a massacre inside the Elimination Chamber. WrestleMania is on the line.
Well, I am hyped for the chamber, folks. I hope you are. Drew McIntyre securing his ticket. It's a bit bittersweet with Daniel Bryan returning, but we're going to hear from the genius of the sky, the women's WWE champion, who, as we mentioned earlier, controversial win. I don't know. I think she had to do what had to be done to beat Jade Cargill, who by any means has not been the most grandest role model of them all. Io Sky is the WWE champion nonetheless. Referee didn't see it, but it doesn't matter. She's got the championship. Well, a storm is coming. Of course, these two have been head-to-head in the ring multiple weeks in a row, and I think the time for talking is just about finished, and the time to find a solution is tonight. Teddy Long has been wait a second. Io Sky with a championship shot to the former WWE champion. Sending a message to Jade. Teddy Long will be here next week, but what is in store for next week? What is the stipulation? Well, Io Sky sent the message to Jade Cargill, but right now we're going to turn our attention. And last week we saw these two with an exchange of words. Austin Theory trying to take a cheap shot at Rey Mysterio. And of course, as if you guys don't know, or if you've been living under a rock in this universe mode, Rey Mysterio, Saturday night's main event, Mexico City, come April, will be the last match in the illustrious career of Rey Mysterio. Of course, Saturday night's main event coming to you live from Mexico City for the first time ever. We already know that Penta will face LA Knight there for the United States Championship, should LA Knight still be champion at that point. But we've got to look towards the Elimination Chamber, and Rey is on his very, very final run, and that starts with shutting this man up. Of course, Austin Theory said that he would send Rey Mysterio into an early retirement tonight here in Reno. And if anything I've learned about Rey Mysterio over the years of watching him, plus a 30-year career, is that never count out the biggest little man in all of professional wrestling. Austin Theory, no doubt, got a huge future in the WWE, but the man that he stands across the ring from tonight has had everything, accolade-wise, experience-wise, adversity. There's nothing that Rey Mysterio can adapt to tonight. This crowd awaiting the arrival of the greatest luchador of all time, and yes, I say that as a fact because it is what it is. Rey Mysterio, one last run, one last moment, one last time. Saturday night's main event, Mexico City, Rey Mysterio, the illustrious 30-year career will conclude. John Cena's career will conclude in December 2026. And what the hell is happening here? We're saying goodbye to some legends. Oh, and Austin Theory, no respect for Rey Mysterio, and he's going to start this match off with a cheap shot. And of course, thought nothing more of Austin Theory than to stoop to the lowest of lows as he stamps away on Rey Mysterio right now. And this is it's exactly an off the steps goes Mysterio, and I expect nothing less from a coward like Austin Theory. And into the barricade goes Rey Mysterio. And Theory telling these people in Las Vegas, Nevada, exactly what he thinks about Rey Mysterio as he makes his way to the ring. And is enough damage already done? Rey's going to run in the ring now, and Theory, like a pack of wolves on his own, takes down Mysterio as soon as he comes in the ring, and the German suplex bell officially rung. This contest is underway. I cannot believe the actions of Austin Theory. Of course, Rey Mysterio only got probably a handful of SmackDowns left at max. Maybe 3 or 4. But Austin Theory chooses to sucker punch. And we talk about retirement tour. Of course, AJ Styles over in Ring of Honor. Initially, when he was on SmackDown, planned for a retirement tour, he's found a new lease of life over in Ring of Honor. So go check that out if you don't watch that. I really enjoy Ring of Honor. More adult-orientated content, but I love being there when I'm commentating down there. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. See talent from all over the promotion. See your favourites like CM Punk, Seth Rollins over there, Kevin Owens, and many more. It's a wonderful place to be. But here in WWE, we know that John Cena in December 2026 will hang up the boots. And in just over a month, Rey Mysterio will also hang up the boots and place down the mask one final time in Saturday night's main event as he... Oh, what a DDT from Mysterio there. Throwing it back to 2006 with the athleticism is Mysterio. And we're not going to focus too much on the end of Rey Mysterio, but celebrate the last moments that we have with him, as that spectacular DDT was something to behold. Now bouncing Theory's head off of the announcer's desk, and I hope that knocks some sense into this young gentleman who is not, well, I said gentleman loosely. The way that he opened this match was nothing but disgusting. Now Rey Mysterio, what the hell is he thinking? Oh my word. Rey, no. And he misses. And that could be catastrophic because Austin Theory's like a... What the hell is Theory thinking? Crawling his way back into the ring. Going to the top rope, but Rey is as quick as ever. And Mysterio, this crowd mightily behind Rey Mysterio. Chops, punches, and an X Factor. Of course, Rey won't be wanting to get this short last moments we've got with him off to a losing start. Austin Theory offers a very different task to what anybody else has offered him in terms of he's young, he's agile, he's hungry. And he went for the 619 there, I believe. Austin Theory telegraphing it there as he looks to make a name for him here on SmackDown. And Austin Theory's actually been very clear in the back, stating about how he just isn't bothered about the United States Championship. He wants to go straight to the top. Of course, a victory over Rey Mysterio here. A good victory despite the opening of this match. Would definitely put Austin Theory and shut the doubters about his potential and his credentials. And a nice clothesline off the apron from Theory there as he drags Rey Mysterio. Into the announcer's desk goes Rey. And oh my goodness, he's going to bounce the head of Rey Mysterio off the announcer's desk. And it's just tit for tat here on SmackDown. And what the hell is Theory? Oh my god. Backbreaker off the suplex there from Theory. And Rey Mysterio could be in trouble at 52 years old, I believe. Rey Mysterio, how much gas he's left in the tank? Well, there better be enough to make it through to Saturday night's main event, but Theory promised us that he wouldn't make it there. And Theory is short there by about a country mile. And that's the naivety of Austin Theory. And Rey Mysterio going to the top turnbuckle. We see him do this often stomp. Theory in trouble. If Rey builds up momentum, it can be a very dangerous place to be. And another stomp, but this time it's read by Theory. Oh no. Oh no. Rey might have telegraphed this. Rey Mysterio got more experience than anybody on SmackDown. And a drop kick from Rey. And both men are down. Theory going to clamber his way up the corner. And Rey Mysterio, what the hell's he thinking? Oh god. This never ends well, folks. I'm just saying that right now. As Rey Mysterio is going to turn and Hurricanrana from the top rope to Theory. Hook of the leg, pinfall attempt here from Mysterio. And a kick out two from Austin Theory. Still in this one. Excuse me. And this SmackDown has been tremendous. We've had the return of Bryan Danielson. We're now seeing Rey Mysterio in action. We know that the fate of the WWE Women's Championship and still Cody Rhodes to come later and Roman Reigns. I don't think I remember a more stacked SmackDown than tonight. Into the corner goes Rey Mysterio. Theory going to follow that with a clothesline and a back elbow. And Mysterio sent to the mat. And now Austin Theory is going to display his athleticism as he ponders up and down the ring apron, deciding what to do, what his next move will be. And this could be a big one, elbow drop. Hook of the leg of Mysterio. Is the elbow drop to the heart enough to put away the master of the 619? Not yet. Now Theory encouraging Rey Mysterio to get back to his feet. As Theory looks for a big move. And Rey telegraphed it. And now are we going to see it? 619 call home. And he's going to springboard over the ropes. And that could be all that she wrote. Referee in charge. Count the third. Theory gets a shoulder up. And that must have been milliseconds. And fight forever, chant the crowd here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It sure as hell feels like that's going to be the case. And Theory with a huge knockout punch. Now he's just going to beat down on Rey Mysterio here. And I have to say, despite the starts of this match, I've been mightily impressed with the resilience that Austin Theory has shown here, kicking out of the 619. Of course, what the hell is Theory thinking here? Middle rope. A wonderful neck breaker from the middle rope from Theory. Because an incredibly agile and technical wrestler is Austin Theory. He doesn't have to do things the way that he does sometimes. Oh, no. He's looking for the stomp. And his former master, Seth Rollins, who over Ring of Honor, taught him that. Rey could be in huge trouble. Oh, no. It could be about to hit A-Town down. And there's still fight left in the young man. And by young man, the 52-year-old man, Rey Mysterio, is still alive in this one. And I believe Austin Theory's going to go for a submission. And that doesn't look good. We've seen Penta do this move. He calls it the sacrifice. And we might be seeing Rey Mysterio get his arm broken before Saturday night's main event in Mexico City, which will be absolutely... It's already sold out. It's incredible, the demand for that. Now a wheelbarrow into the DDT from Mysterio. And Theory might have bit off more than he could chew. He gave Rey his best move, and it wasn't enough. Big clubbing blows here from the biggest little man. Another drop kick, and Rey Mysterio has to get this match done with soon, because Austin Theory, in terms of stamina, especially at the age that Rey's at, will definitely outlast Rey. And a super kick to the chest there nearly takes Rey Mysterio down. Roll up pin attempted. We saw Drew McIntyre qualifier for the Chamber with this very roll up and a kick out from Rey. And Austin Theory, and Rey smartly crawls to the corner as Theory is trying to stalk him for another big move. And Rey rolls out the way. And what the hell's Mysterio doing? Oh, wow. Throwing it back to 96 with the Tornado DDT off the springboard. Theory is on Dream Street. Another drop kick from Mysterio. Come on, Rey. Come on, Rey. Another drop kick combination there from Rey Mysterio. And a springboard, and it's just too short. Rey maybe not got the legs like he used to, but it looks like it isn't going to matter too much because Rey's going to jump to the outside. But that's give Theory a chance to recover, and caught powerbomb. Holy hell. Mysterio's body like a corkscrew, and a kick out again. Rey Mysterio showing that heart that he showed in the 2006 Royal Rumble is incredible to watch. And Theory's looking for A-Town down, and he's not going to get it this time as Rey fights out. Might be looking for another 619. He's dialed in, and Theory's in trouble. And this time it connects again. Go to the top rope, Rey. Oh, tribute to Latino Heat. Viva la raza. And a frog splash from Rey. And that's surely going to do it. And Rey wins. What a victory for Rey Mysterio. Maybe Theory going to shake hands with Rey. No, he doesn't. He tries to cheap shot Rey Mysterio. But Rey's been here before. And he sends Theory packing. Get out of here, Theory. Rey Mysterio victorious on SmackDown. And it's so good to see Rey Mysterio standing tall over that idiot Austin Theory. Well, we're turning our attention to the tag team division. Of course, WWE Tag Team Champions Trick and Carmelo Hayes successfully defending their WWE Championship Tag Team Championship titles a couple of weeks back on Main Event against the New Catch Republic, who did beat the New Day. The New Day being tasked with another opportunity to gatekeep them WWE Tag Team Championships as they take on Hank and Tank. In the winner of this, we believe, will go ahead to face Trick and Carmelo Hayes. And of course, a huge announcement I'm going to have for you guys is that I am going to try and put Main Event on YouTube. But obviously, I've already got 3 series running, so it's Ring of Honor, SmackDown, Raw. If you guys want to see Main Event, we can do that. It might be a Discord exclusive. I might post it as unlisted. But of course, everything ties into the stories that are here. The tag team division, the women's tag team division, will be very prominent over on Main Event, as well as the WWE men's speed, the WWE women's speed. If you want to catch up, join the Discord on what's happened. Sol Ruka defeating both Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair, and they are home to SmackDown. Of course, Sol Ruka is your new WWE Women's Speed Champion after an excellent match with Kendall Gray this past week on Main Event. And also the stakes were rose on SmackDown. Ilya Dragunov did return as he saw off Ludwig Kaiser of Raw. And we're going to turn our attention right back to what we're seeing here. The New Day, of course, losing out a couple of weeks back to the New Catch Republic, who failed in their opportunity to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships from Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, who have held the championship titles now for nearly 2 months. Of course, the New Day have aspirations to increase their catalogue of an unlimited amount of tag team titles. And of course, a victory here over Hank and Tank, who are young and up and coming, would definitely put them on the map again. it doesn't really matter. Of course, Xavier Woods coming out saying that New Catch Republic cheated to win that match a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to silence the doubters tonight as they put down Hank and Tank. And of course, if you're familiar with Hank and Tank, formerly of NXT, these guys wrestle in a real brute force style, and they always encourage you to honk. Yeah, honk. Because the New Day, since adopting this, let's just say, different persona, different attitude, different kind of moniker, it's always a disaster to watch them in action, and anytime they're in the ring, because all that comes out of their mouth is word salad. Of course, Kofi Kingston, a former WWE champion, Xavier Woods, for multiple-time World Tag Team and WWE Tag Team champion. Of course, respectively, the New Day are looking forward rather than back. People always talk about their accolades, and they are more focused on what they've got to achieve. So it will be an interesting match, this, folks. An interesting match indeed. It's young and up and coming versus veteran, and we just saw that with Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio. Right now we're going to see it in the tag team division as these two men stare off. What the hell is Kofi Kingston doing? No messing around there. From Tank. Big shoulder tackle taking down Kofi Kingston. And of course, the tag team division is very prominent tonight on SmackDown. Next up, we've got Lyra Valkria, who she takes on Lash, Legend, one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And of course, if Lyra wins, her and Bayley will get a spot and an opportunity at the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. But what's going on here? Kofi Kingston wants nothing to do with Tank Ledger in the ring. And a big clothesline there to Xavier Woods, who was kind of fed to the Sharks there. And look at that, well, that's that veteran instinct, that teamwork. Of course, when you've been a team for over a decade, you kind of build some kind of relationship and understanding and finish each other's sentences. Kofi Kingston there, as Tank Ledger had the upper hand, does telegraph in the DDT from Xavier Woods. And of course, it's no secret that the New Day are looking for, since Big E left and they don't agree, they're very evident and very vocal about his contribution being not that much to the New Day. They're looking for a third member, they said, who can fit the mold, of course. I hope that we're not going to see a case. We're glad the MBO has finished. We don't want a sort of faction that's going to terrorise SmackDown as well. We've had that on Raw. Kofi Kingston throwing it back. Of course, former WWE champion, multiple-time Intercontinental champion, incredible athlete, and turned into this moniker since pairing with just Xavier and without the guidance of Big E. And it's a dark place for New Day fans to be. And a bulldog there, Tank Ledger, who really could do with getting Hank in here because the offense is becoming sustained from the New Day. And Hank's going to offer his help as a pinfall's attempted there by Kofi Kingston, and his attention might be turned. And Tank Ledger, oh, it is turned, but Tank Ledger's going to save his teammate from a cheap shot from Kofi Kingston there. And a big splash from Tank. Of course, SmackDown, the land of opportunity. The tag team division is cooking right now. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams leading that as the WWE Tag Team Champions. Over on SmackDown, over on Raw, we got the Wyatt Six. And of course, with the return of the Usos last week, I cannot wait to see the Usos in action at this Raw in their No.1 Contenders match with the Street Profits. And a pinfall attempt here. One count there from Hank. But it's a good start from both teams. Neither team, in my opinion, getting the upper hand. I would say more so New Day. But that's down to experience, and an Irish whip goes Hank in. A nice arm drag there from Kofi Kingston. Now he's just going to wipe the floor with Hank, who in NXT, these two were super popular, and it's great to see them on the main roster now, getting opportunities. And this is a huge opportunity here tonight to really put themselves on the map and alert Carmelo and Trick Williams that there's a new sheriff, a new team of sheriffs in town. But if the offense continues the way it is, I can't see any other result than the New Day. A shining wizard to the back of Hank's neck there from Xavier Woods, and he just signalises he's shooting his way through the competition. Xavier taking control, and he has been very in control when he's been in the ring as Xavier Woods, no matter if it's been Hank or Tank. Big clubbing blow from Xavier. Reversal from Hank. And are we going to see a bit of fight back? Just not enough, and a big knee to the face. Xavier Woods really taking the fight to Hank and Tank. I'm impressed with Woods, I'm not going to lie. A cheap shot there to Tank Ledger on the edge of the ring apron. Because I would love to see the WWE Championships held by Hank and Tank. Of course, the Trick and Carmelo Hayes are not maybe seeing eye to eye 100% of the time. It could be a great opportunity to try and capture the WWE Tag Team Championships, but when they faced Newcastle Republic back on Main Event 2 weeks ago, they were very in sync for that match and managed to pick up the victory. And it was a very competitive match. Of course, the Newcastle Republic, where Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne were of SmackDown respectively, were very impressive in that match. Kofi's just going to tease that Hank could tag in his tag team partner and then take it away. Now he's going to spear Tank Ledger. And Kofi Kingston here, he was one of the most beloved individuals by the fans. It's such a shame to see how he's turned his back on the fans, him and Woods, who had so much love and support for the New Day, in order to... Oh, DDT there from Kofi. In order to, well, I don't really know what the message is, what they're trying to send. They're saying that they never needed the fans, that they did it all on their own. They're one of the most decorated tag teams because of themselves, not because of Big E. That was made very clear. What the hell's Xavier Woods thinking here now? Is he going to springboard over that top rope? No, he's going to argue with Tank Ledger on the edge of the apron. And Hank gets back to his feet and a spear to the back. Never turn your back in a tag team match. And now Tank Ledger, and good teamwork here. A senton bomb just doesn't quite connect. It did connect a little bit, legs on the midsection. Of course, this match cannot be won outside the ring. Need to get this one back in the ring, folks. Fireman's carry on, my God. On the ramp. Oh, it's a gutbuster. I thought he was going to slam him on the ramp. And a senton from Hank. Gotta get this back in the ring, Hank. Gotta win it in the centre of the ring. Pinfall submission is the rule set. We cannot be doing this. Count out will mean that a no contest and we will not have a #1 contender. Back in the ring goes Xavier Woods. Hank Walker is back in the ring. Hank Waller? Hank Walker. Hank... And a nice suplex there from Hank. Asking Xavier Woods to get back to his feet. Could be about to see some sustained offense from Hank. A reversal from Xavier Woods. And look at the strength of Woods. He is quite a small build, but incredibly strong. Hook of the leg here. Hank is in trouble, and Tank is there to save his teammate, his brother in arms. Xavier went to take out Tank Ledger. And this could be a problem for the New Day. It's a recurring theme that once something doesn't quite happen, they turn their back to the guy on the outside when there's another guy in the ring. And a shoulder tackle here from Hank. That was a huge shoulder tackle. And he's asking Xavier Woods to get back to his feet. Woods could be in trouble. Launches Woods across the ring up in the air. Collar and elbow tie up here. Into the turnbuckle goes Xavier Woods. Reversal. This is what I'm telling you. And it's backfired this time as Hank and Tank now have the upper hand. Oh boy. Huge shot to the gut there from Hank Walker. Irish whip. The collision there. Not quite got him what he wants, and that allows Xavier to separate it. But he's not aware as he's taunting again. Tank Ledger's been tagged in the ring. And a huge clothesline. Honk! 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 Takes Kofi Kingston out this time. And I'm not a fan of taking your eye off the prize, but in a situation like that, it's smart from Tank Ledger. Oh my God, Swanton Bomb! Tribute to the Hardy Boys there from Tank Ledger, and Kofi's there to break up the pin, even though he was taken off the edge of the ring apron by Tank. Now he's sprung off the edge of the ring apron. Tank Ledger, is building and he's feeling this crowd. Nevada are behind Tank Ledger. A wheelbarrow attempt there into the pinfall maybe. Look at the smartness of Xavier Woods. A bit too near the ropes. Has he done enough? No. The referee calls for rope break. Now Kofi Kingston could be about to hit that SOS on Tank. And a kick out there. Well, it was broken up actually by Hank. And Kofi Kingston swinging some haymakers at him and bringing him in the ring. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I mean, that was a bit of inexperience there from Hank to get involved. Well, actually, the distraction might have worked. Kicking his way. And now Tank's going to take advantage of that. That was actually quite smart. Maybe the distraction worked in their favour. Tank Ledger's back in charge. And now Honk. Oh, my God. A running power slam. Hook of the leg. Could have this match won here, and Xavier's there. Because that could have been it. That could have been all she wrote. Now taking Xavier to the outside. These two are very... I've never quite seen a tag team match like this where they're focused. And now... Oh, my God. Tank suicide dive to the outside. And Honk. And he's not aware that Kofi Kingston's about to dive as well. Goodness me! Throwing his body on the line there is Kofi Kingston for an opportunity at the WWE Tag Team titles. That was incredible athleticism from Kofi Kingston there. And Tank. That was springboard being attempted by Kofi. Could be in trouble. And does miss. And that's going to allow Tank. And a reversal from Kofi. And a bulldog. Wow, this... Oh, and you see, if you keep playing with feathers, you get something tickled. Oh, God. And now that Kofi Kingston's isolated to the corner of Hank and Tank, and this could be all that she wrote. Double team, tag team offense, the first we've seen in this match. Thank goodness. Oh, my God. What the hell are they doing with Kofi? Kofi on the top. Oh, my word. Is this a double back body drop? Goodness me. That is an insane height to fall from. Kofi manages to fight out though. Trouble in Paradise misses. And he takes Xavier Woods out. This time it might have been smart. This time it might have been the time. Irish whip and a Lou Thez press. Wow, this tag team match is intense. Who will get an opportunity at the WWE Tag Team titles? And that match will be next week on SmackDown, folks, as well. Not on main event, but you do need to... Maybe I'll start uploading main event. I'll put a poll out and let you guys decide. Kofi Kingston. Irish whip into the corner. Kofi could be building up a little bit of momentum here. And a bulldog from Kofi. That was a wonderful bulldog from Kofi Kingston there. Had to do it as well. And now Xavier goes for the super kick. Hank is in beast mode and taking Kofi out this time. And Woods is in trouble, by the way. What the hell is Hank thinking here? A huge blow here. Oh, he's running steam, running wind. And now, oh my word. The strength of Hank Walker there. And Kofi Kingston still down outside the ring, by the way. Don't know if he'll make it back to his feet. He has made it back, and another Lou Thez press from Hank. So much at stake. WWE Tag Team title opportunity on the line. And Kofi said something to Hank there. This might be it. Into the corner goes Xavier. Big trouble for Mr. Woods. And if you watch NXT, you will have seen this before. It's over. Referee in charge, down for the pinfall. Kofi can't make it in time. And honk, honk, honk. Wait a minute, wait a second. Carmelo, the WWE Tag Team Champions. With their titles over the skulls of the up-and-coming Hank and Tank. These two will, of course, meet next week. But what the hell are Carmelo and Trick doing? Taking a cheap shot. And we're not even going to waste much time, folks. We're trying to slim it down. And, of course, there's confirmation next week. Hank and Tank. Trick and Carmelo Hayes for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now, this is an interesting match because the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, your WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, have been pretty dominant. Of course, they saw off Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, who are having their own issues right now. with AJ Lee over on SmackDown. We saw last week that Charlotte Flair and AJ, a little bit of disagreement. Just seems like Alexa Bliss cannot quite get past AJ Lee, and the fact that them two had a fierce rivalry a couple of months ago, but we're turning our attention, and that led to the first successful defense of Lash and Nia's tenure. And we're going to find out if, not when, but if Lyra and Bayley will be the challengers. Of course, Lash Legend, the chosen individual from the Tag Team Champions. She'll go head-to-head with Lyra tonight. And of course, if Lyra can pick up a victory here tonight, the road to WrestleMania for the Women's Tag Team titles could look a whole lot different if the Bird Lady can get the win. But of course, huge pop for Lyra Valkyria here in Nevada. And there you see her mentor, her friend, Bayley. Alongside her, of course, much more to come from Bayley in this universe mode. No spoilers there. It's self-explanatory within the career of Bayley's past and what she'll do in the future. I, hands down, think we'll see Bayley at the top again. But now it's about time that her and Lyra put their stake their claim in the WWE in 2026, and that could start with winning the WWE Tag Team Championships. But of course, Lyra Valkyria, the selected participant, she is a very rugged competitor, can adapt and is very diverse. And of course, experience is always valued, and of course, Nia Jax and Bayley, the women outside the ring, are probably the two competitors with the most in this quartet. And of course, Lyra, Lash, it's going to be a battle, it's going to be a war. Of course, if Lash Legend can pick up the victory, they will look elsewhere. Of course, with the road to WrestleMania, we'll have more announcements, because I will include the women's tag team titles on WrestleMania, and it won't be on the kickoff show. I won't do that to you. The women's tag team division, of course, I forgot to mention this, biggest point, is exclusive to Friday Night SmackDown as well, which is a wonderful thing to see. Of course, the WWE Speed Championship, men's, women's, is a cross-brand tag title. That's why SmackDown have more on the roster, because they have to cater for the women's tag team division. And as I said earlier, please join the Discord. Come check out Main Event, because everything's linked, and you will see titles change hand and stuff on there. I will put clips in if something big happens, or I'll just put a graphic in saying that somebody won. And look at this, a spinning headlock here on Lash Legend, who, by the way, has impressed the hell out of me since debuting in our universe mode all the way back in 2025. And just look at the strength, just throwing Lyra over to her mentor. She's just got a few choice words for Bayley as well there, as she argues with the role model. Still to come up next as well, we got Cody Rhodes in action against Myles Borne. It is your main event of the evening, and following that, the Tribal Chief is in the building. What the hell? Oh, against the apron goes Lash Legend. Lyra is looking for a big victory here tonight. Of course, Lyra was part of that Survivor Series tag team match all the way back in January, and a crossbody failed. She was mightily impressive in that match. Look at Nia Jax feeding a sledgehammer into the ring. The referee in charge needs to get that out of there. A huge uppercut there from Lash Legend. And a reversal there from Lyra. And a nice Hurricanrana there from Lyra Valkyria. Takes down Lash Legend. And a nice Enziguri. Lyra's been impressive. The Bird Lady can get the job done if she is smart, but the powerhouse and one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions is a very dangerous opposition. Look at the strength here from Lyra. Because she is small, but she is incredibly strong and athletic, and now she's going for a springboard here. Lash Legend could be in trouble. Nia Jax looks a little bit concerned, a crossbody missed. Now Lash will take advantage of that mishap there from Lyra. And look at the strength, and just choking Lyra out. And now she's just going to slam her on the knee. And just slam her on the mat, just ragdolling Lyra Valkyria around the ring. And now she's saying, what are you going to do about it, Lyra? That's what she said in the ring. Of Of course, Bayley feels like she's mentored Lyra into a position where Lyra can have her own aspirations. A power slam there from Lash Legend connects and a pinfall in a 1.5 count there. Of course, I don't know if you saw in the top right of your screen there, Nia Jax exposing the turnbuckle and the back of Lyra Valkyria in there. Referee couldn't react quick enough. Oh no. That might have knocked Lyra Valkyria unconscious, but of course this time it backfires because the pinfall is there. Lyra might be on Dream Street, and the pinfall cannot be completed because the referee's distracted, putting the turnbuckle pad back on. And a reversal there from Lyra. I think she was knocked out there for a second. And a huge enziguri. Lyra asking Lash to get back to her feet. This is intense. Big moments. And now Nia's back on the apron. Not for long. Good job, Lyra. Saw that out of her peripheral vision and took down the irresistible force. And another enziguri from Lyra. Tag Team Championship opportunity galore here in Nevada. We had Daniel Bryan return earlier. We had Drew McIntyre qualify for the Chamber. It's been absolutely stacked. Now Lyra could be looking to risk it all. Missile dropkick, and she is just short. Lash Legend was smart there, an axe handle to the back. Just dragging Lyra Valkyria like she's just nothing. And the strength of Lash Legend is mightily impressive as she goes to the top rope here. Lyra could be in big trouble. And a huge splash connects. Shoulder up from Lyra yet again. Of course, you can't be taking the thing when you're facing an opposition like Lash Legend. You can't be taking too much punishment. And now, I believe, we're going to take turns in dishing out fisticuffs. That was a huge haymaker there from Lyra Valkyria. But she's doing absolutely everything to win this one. And if she can come out on top here, it will not look... Oh, huge blow there from Lash. Oh no, choke slam from Legend. Could be over. Lyra is KO'd. Hook of the leg, pinfall attempt. Is Lyra alive? She is. Just. How the hell did she kick out of that, by the way? She doesn't even know what she's doing. Lash extension attempted. Reversal there from Lyra Valkyria. Now we're going to see Lyra. Fisherman suplex. Connects. Could be enough. Could she have earned the opportunity for her at Bayley? 2 and a kick out at 2. That was inches. Seconds. A big kick to the back there from Lash. Oh no. Lyra is going to risk it all. She's going to the high rent district. Leg drop connects. And now Nia Jax getting involved. Referee in charge. Can we get some control over the match? She's been taking turnbuckle pads off, throwing sledgehammers in the ring, and now she's trying to provide a distraction. And Lyra's just arguing. And Bayley is screaming to Lyra to turn your back and forget about Nia as her legs are swept. For God's sake, Nia Jax is a veteran. And now we're going to see that Lash extension. Good night. Yep, and up next, folks, Cody Rhodes, Myles Borne. But is this one over? Oh, no, it isn't. How? Lyra Valkyria by the skin of her teeth. The Lash Legend is screaming at the referee. I cannot believe what I'm watching. And Lyra distracted again. But Lyra fights back. And that huge kick. She might be more focused now than she was before. Clubbing blows back and forth. And a huge knockout punch again from Lash. Excuse me. She might be on Dream Street and just pushing her to the ground. And I think this match is reaching the business end, folks. Lash Legend is looking for a super move. She's on that middle turnbuckle. Kicks Lyra away, trying to line her up perfectly. Misses. Night. Wing. Connects. And Lyra and Bayley earn an opportunity. Well, Lyra earned it at the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Congratulations. It's good to finally see them getting the opportunities they deserve. Lyra was incredible tonight despite the distraction of Nia Jax. We're going to turn our attention to the American Nightmare next and Cody Rhodes, because that match is just up next with Myles Borne. And then we're going to hear from the Tribal Chief. Congrats, Lyra and Bayley, for earning that opportunity. And that's Myles Borne. Oh, for God's sake. We saw John Cena this week on Raw take out Danhausen. And it looks like Cody Rhodes has been taking lessons from that goddamn idiot over on Raw. What the hell is he doing? Cody used to be such a man of honor. Such a man of integrity. And now he's beating down Myles Borne. And it doesn't look like we're even going to get a match here, folks. What the hell is Cody doing? And what is the purpose of this? Oh, goodness me. What the hell's Cody Rhodes thinking with that announcer's desk? Can we get... Well, I always call for security. I'm past calling for them. But can we get some order out here, for God's sake? Cody dishing them hands. Oh, God. This makes me sick. Because you guys know he's my favourite. Why has he turned his back on the WWE Universe like this? We could have seen a brilliant main event tonight. A competitive main event with somebody who's up and coming. Future, whatever. Instead, Cody... Oh, no, not pedigree on the outside. Goodness me, onto the... Out. And we had a camera cut, but Cody launching Myles Borne over the desk and now breaking his arm. What the hell is Cody Rhodes doing, man? Oh, God. A championship shot to the skull. This is sickening. For God's sake. And the crowd are buying into it. Another one, another one. And another shot. Enough. Myles Borne just debuted another one. For God's sake, a hat-trick. Oh, wait, the crowd are finally saying, you suck. Myles Borne, who debuted to such an incredible reception a few weeks ago on SmackDown and signed his contract all happy. I cannot believe what I've just seen, folks. I mean, up next we've got the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, but I'm pretty speechless at what I've just seen, folks. Cody Rhodes duplicating John Cena, but this time victimizing a completely innocent Myles Borne, who was there for a competitive match. I don't know what to say, folks, but we're turning our attention now to the Tribal Chief. Of course, finished second in the Royal Rumble. His cousin Jacob Fatu, still yet to decide whether he will challenge the WWE or the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. Of course, the World Heavyweight Champion currently Brock Lesnar. The Elimination Chamber will determine the WWE Champion. That man that we just saw do whatever unspeakable things that he just did. Cody Rhodes or Bren will walk away the WWE Champion from Toronto. What the hell was Cody thinking? Anyway, Roman Reigns is here. And it's a big moment because this is Roman Reigns' official SmackDown debut. The Tribal Chief is looking to go to WrestleMania, and next week he'll be inside the qualifying match and potentially inside the Elimination Chamber. Aleister Black, Ilya Dragunov await the Tribal Chief in triple threat action. And of course, if Roman Reigns can go all the way through the Elimination Chamber, he could sit the head of the table one more time. Well, the word aura gets thrown around a lot when we speak about this man. I am in no denial the aura, quote-unquote, that is pouring off the Tribal Chief tonight here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And with WrestleMania looming, there is no WrestleMania without him. Of course, what path that he has is still to be unveiled, whether it be via the chamber or via other routes. I'm sure that the Tribal Chief will expect everybody inside this arena and all of you watching at home to acknowledge him. Of course, we were in a scenario just 3 weeks ago at the Royal Rumble in Arkansas back in 2k25, where Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu were the last two available contestants inside the Royal Rumble match. And when push came to shove, Roman turned his back, Jacob took advantage, and Jacob got the victory. Of course, Roman Reigns, we already know that from SmackDown, Randy Orton, and now Drew McIntyre inside the Elimination Chamber on Raw. We might see John Cena, who's got a qualifying match. It looks like it's going to be star-studded. Gunther, of course, and Braun Breaker in the chamber. Holy shit! It's MJF! Well, it's his music. What the hell is he doing here? And he's wearing a mask. What? Is that MJF? I could not contain my... I'm speechless. We had Daniel Bryan earlier. There is no way on God's green earth that is MJF. He's going to pull off the hat, I think. Oh my God! It's MJF! MJF is on SmackDown and signed? This road to WrestleMania got a whole lot more interesting.